He didn't ask questions, he didn't hesitate, and he never refused a job, no matter who the target was or what the situation required. When a name reached him, the outcome was already decided long before anything actually happened, and nothing could change it. People didn't know when it would happen, they didn't know where, and that uncertainty was the most dangerous part, because it meant there was no way to prepare and no way to escape. Some say he carried out dozens of hits during one of the most violent periods in modern history, while others believe the real number is much higher, hidden behind silence, fear, and deals that were never meant to be exposed. But what made him truly feared wasn't just how many people he killed, it was how easily he did it, how it all began. Before everything changed, he lived a life built on discipline, structure, and control, something that would later define the way he operated in a world that had completely lost all three. That background gave him an advantage because while others reacted emotionally to chaos, he remained focused and controlled, able to act without hesitation, even under pressure. When the system collapsed, everything changed almost overnight. The rules that once held everything together disappeared, and in their place came uncertainty, instability, and a constant struggle for power. In that environment, organized groups needed people who could follow instructions without hesitation, who could act quickly, and who could complete tasks without drawing attention. This is where he stood out. He didn't try to dominate through aggression, he didn't seek attention, and he didn't rely on intimidation. Instead, he focused on precision, discipline, and control, which made him far more effective in the long run. Step by step, he entered a system where reliability mattered more than anything else, and where mistakes were not just dangerous, but unacceptable. The world he entered. The environment he became part of was unstable, unpredictable, and constantly shifting, built on power, money, and control. Alliances were temporary, trust was rare, and decisions were made behind closed doors where only a few people understood what was really happening. In that kind of world, violence was not random, it was calculated, controlled, and used as a tool to maintain balance. People who held power needed someone who could enforce decisions without hesitation, someone who didn't get emotionally involved and who didn't ask unnecessary questions. That's what made him valuable. He became part of a system where every action had a purpose and every outcome was planned in advance. The deeper he moved into that world, the more his role became defined. He wasn't just another participant, he became someone the system depended on, someone who could be trusted to deliver results no matter the circumstances. And in a world where uncertainty dominated everything, that kind of reliability became extremely valuable. How he worked. His approach was controlled, precise, and methodical, which is what set him apart from others who relied on speed or aggression. He didn't act impulsively, and he didn't take unnecessary risks. Instead, he observed, analyzed, and waited for the right moment, making sure that every step was calculated and every movement had a purpose. There was no panic, no hesitation, and no wasted motion. Everything he did followed a pattern that minimized risk and ensured results. People who later described events connected to his actions often mentioned the same thing. Everything happened quickly, quietly, and without warning. There was no time to react, no time to understand what was happening, and no opportunity to escape. That level of control created a different kind of fear, not loud or obvious, but silent and constant. People didn't know when it would happen or where, and that uncertainty stayed with them, affecting the way they moved, the way they spoke, and the way they made decisions. And that made him even more dangerous than those who relied on visible intimidation, reputation, and fear. Over time, his name began to spread, not in public, but within the circles that understood exactly what it meant. His reputation wasn't built on stories or rumors. It was built on consistency, on results that didn't change, and on the fact that he never failed. People knew that if he was involved, the outcome was already decided long before anything actually happened. This kind of reputation doesn't appear instantly. It builds over time through repeated actions that deliver the same result again and again. And once it's established, it starts working on its own. Sometimes the mere possibility of his involvement was enough to influence behavior, because people understood what it meant and what would happen next. Fear became a tool, not because of what was seen, but because of what could happen at any moment. People became more careful, more silent, and more aware of their surroundings, because in that world, uncertainty was more powerful than anything else. And he became a symbol of that uncertainty. But no system remains stable forever, and no one stays protected indefinitely, no matter how effective or reliable they may be. Over time, pressure builds, structures weaken, and the same system that once created opportunities begins to collapse under its own weight. Connections break, trust disappears, and the environment becomes increasingly unstable, making it harder to maintain control. Eventually, everything catches up. The operations slow down, the networks change, and the people involved are forced to face the consequences of a world that no longer functions the way it once did. And when that happens, even the most experienced individuals are no longer untouchable. The system moves on, new people take their place, and what remains is not just a story about one person, but a reminder of how quickly power can rise and how easily it can disappear. But the fear, the reputation, and the impact of what happened do not fade so easily, because in the end, stories like this are not just about individuals, they are about the systems that create them and the environments that allow them to exist.